Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I feel you. I feel you. Thank you very much. Okay. Amen. Amen. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Woo! All right, let's do it. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. You know, that feels like we're family. That feels like we're family. And that's how it's supposed to feel. Thank you, everybody. I mean, that was to each other. I know that wasn't just to me. that was to each other, because the whole spirit of this company from the very beginning has always been about co-creation. We've always talked in terms of, collaboration and co-creation. And, I always tell people, I'm just doing my part. One guy, I'm going to be the chief visionary officer. But that means I just had the original idea, and I always wanted to have great people around me. And so when we're hiring, when I'm recruiting in the field, I don't want to recruit just anybody. When I was being trained, I was trained, who do you recruit? If they've got a pulse and they can fog a mirror, you recruit them. But that's not true. Because I'm telling you, people, we don't want everybody. There are a lot of salespeople we don't want. And in 20 years, there's some of them out there I know that we don't want. I'll tell you that, they want us. But we gotta say, no, you're not ready for us. It's just, we have to protect our foundation, the core of who we are. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today. Because we get to come in to the new year. We get to come into January and hit refresh, hit reset, and get together in fellowship this weekend, and then make a run at the whole year. Are y'all ready for that? So it's not just about the run. It is mainly the why. Why does WorldVentures exist? And what do we do? And how are we gonna run? How are we gonna run together? So I'd like to just be with you here the first of the year, January. I know a lot of you've done some soul searching. You've gone through the holiday season. You come in, you think about your New Year's resolutions. You come to this weekend, you set some goals. And this is a great name for an event, Momentum, especially in January. Because that's always the name of the game from my experience in direct sales. You're always trying to get Big Mo on your side. You're always trying to get momentum. But then I'm telling you, when you get momentum, you don't take your foot off the gas. I've been doing this, over 20 years. And, for 20 years, I feel like I've been working almost every day, all day. But I do it in such a way that I like it, that I love it, and I want some more of it. I've heard burn the midnight oil, burn the candle at both ends, no pain, no gain, no such thing as success without sacrifice. That's a way of looking at it, like a battle, like a war, like dominate, disrupt. I don't like looking at it that way. I want us to do our thing, our way. I want us to run our race. And I want us to do it in a way that it's just like, this is our world. And we're enjoying our world. And I think it comes back to pure intention. Original intent. And the original intent was pure intent. I remember when I woke up one morning, and I was the #1 money earner in another network marketing company. And, I'd just been focused on, I had a schedule like you wouldn't believe. I don't even want to tell it to you because it was so, But I woke up one morning and I'm the top money earner, and, I was just bored. So I liked the company. I was making over $1 million a year. No residual. That was $1 million a year just on front end new sales every week. Maxed out 10 tracking centers. And if I didn't work, I would hit a different city literally almost every day, and I would be in their time for lunch. I'd do a luncheon. I'd take a break. I'd change, put a suit and tie on. I'd do the hotel meeting at night. We'd go out afterwards and have a dinner afterwards. I'd wake up the next morning, catch an early flight. I was in another city. I would do a lunch. I would do a dinner. It was just boom, 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 boom. I was at my house, had 3 houses and 6 cars. And I was in my main house 2 days out of the week. The other two, I was in one night of the week, and then the other one, whenever I could. Had a place in Houston, had a place out at Horseshoe Bay. Anybody know Horseshoe Bay? Nice place, right? Had a baby tiger in Horseshoe Bay. See, that's getting a little much. You have a baby tiger up until it starts biting your friends. It's not good. There's a lawsuit waiting to happen. You don't want to be making $1 million a year and have a tiger that bites your friends. Not good. So anyway, I'm just telling you, as a rep, as a networker, I've been through it all. I promise you I have. And I woke up one morning and I'm like, what is it I can see myself doing for the rest of my life and never get bored with it, never get sick of it, never want to go do anything else? And for me, the only answer was travel. If there was a way I could make over $1 million a year, but do it, traveling around the world with my friends and my family, that to me would be awesome. And for other people, maybe it's not $1 million a year, maybe it's $100,000 a year. But for me, I couldn't, my mind, once your mind expands, it won't contract. You can't be making $1 million a year and then set a goal to make $100,000 a year. You understand? So of course, when I set new goals, it's like, I gotta make at least the same amount of money, but I just wanna do it with travel now, instead of what I was doing. But I didn't have the travel credentials, but it didn't matter to me that I didn't have the travel credentials. Henry Ford, go study Henry Ford. Became one of the richest men in the world at the time. Today, equivalent to today's dollars, be worth over $300 billion. But it's the difference between schooling and education. He didn't have schooling, but he got his own education on what he was interested in. And what he was interested in is wearing some overalls, getting his hands dirty and tinkering, and and then a vision for the Ford Model A, Model T. So anyway, just study forward and you'll see what I'm talking about. But you don't get bogged down on you don't have enough schooling or you haven't worked your way up to the schooling ladder. What you should care most about is education. And you should care about getting an education in network marketing. And you should have reverence for your leadership in this company. Your IMDs, your PAC team, because I promise you they've been through a lot. But you gotta have respect for the game. You gotta wanna be a student of the history of network marketing, not just our company, but all the companies that exist right now and the other companies that have been, that war around that don't even exist anymore. What can you learn from those companies? But this is what I always did. This is what I did to myself. This is what I did to everybody I trained. I'm gonna take you through the inoculation phase, I called it. So do we want you to score in 24? Yeah, but yes, and somewhere in there, your upline should take you through the inoculation phase, or you should know to take yourself through the inoculation phase. Yes, go out there and score in 24, but man, you got to be 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You have to believe in the industry. You have to believe in the kind of opportunity the industry offers. You got to, which is leverage and residual for the most part. You got to really be sold out on that as a concept versus, just the job world. We don't have to make the job world wrong. We don't have to make the job world bad. There's a lot of important jobs out there. And there's a lot of good people doing good jobs, important jobs that support society. But do I believe we can choose and opt into a different way that to us is a better way? Yeah, and so being very fair about it, what to us makes this a better way, a better option for us as individuals and for the vision we have for our families? Well, I think to me it boils down to you have leverage and residual. So the cost is low, the price point to entry is low, but the reward is extremely high. And here we tried to sum it up with 3 words: fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Our product is fun. Our opportunity creates freedom. At least more freedom, time freedom, money freedom. Gives you the option to achieve more and more freedom. Not too soon though. Fun, freedom, and fulfillment. And you're not gonna get fulfillment from the money you make and the stuff you buy. I watched my dad try that. I made the money, I bought the stuff. It didn't fulfill me. That's why the foundation's so important to us. The volunteerism we do is so important to us. The way we co-create together and enjoy the ride together is important to us. The way we treat each other. This is why I don't want to grow too big too fast. Because you can lose your heart and your soul and your identity when you grow too big too fast. So we ran up to $1 billion faster than anybody. We were the fastest growing company in the entire industry. Now that stretches your system. It stretches every person on the team to be able to handle that kind of a run up. And so what you gotta be able to do is pull back a little bit and retrench and build stronger, more scalable, enterprise level systems and solutions. But in order to put those solutions in place, you gotta hire the right people. Thank you, Josh Payne. Because it's not just that he has the character and the competence, it's like, yeah, it's that fit. that I believe in him, and he believes in us, and he's buying in, and he's going all in, and he's working hard and around the clock. He's proven himself. You know what I'm saying? He proved himself at Rovia first. He's proven himself as the CEO of Holdings now. He's partnered extremely well with, Eddie, who's been core and critical to all of us inside corporate and in the field. Eddie, thank you. God bless you, buddy. Justin Call and Garrett and Deb and Simon Chatfield, who's not. We got good people on board, good people that know how to build kick-butt systems. Now, it takes a little bit of time. You got to give them the resources they need. You got to give them the time they need. But they put that in place, and then what happens is now we all can go back to work in January, in February, and hit the ground running out of an event like this and run up 2 and 3 billion. Nobody wants to miss that ride. Trust me. You don't want to miss that ride. And it's not hype. I'm not a hype guy. I've never been a hype person in my entire career. Everybody who knows me, I got a lot of people who know me for over 20 years. I'm never hype. It's just a plan. We have a blueprint. We have a plan. And I can show you with other revenue streams, so many other opportunities that come our way and other revenue streams, other things we're putting in place where you make more money. Y'all are going to make more money than you've ever made before off more things. So we're working behind the scenes. But the original intent is it's fun, freedom, and fulfillment. And we're not stopping that. We're not losing that. We're reinforcing that. And then dare to serve. Who do we serve? We serve you. The reason I want to serve you, I don't want this to be a normal company. I love that it's network marketing. I love that it's direct sales. I wouldn't want a normal company. Because, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why direct sales is so important to me. Because the cost is low and the reward is high. You can get leverage and you can get residual, and there is all this education and personal development and camaraderie, I just love all that goodness about the industry. I have a love-hate relationship with the industry. I love the good parts, and I hate the bad parts. I hate the ugly parts, because sometimes desperate people do desperate things. And I see where it gets ugly when people get desperate. But I also see it at the other end, where all of a sudden you're successful and you're running up from where you were, 200 million to $1 billion, and then the greedy people come out. Not desperate, greed. And I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you. I want us to have a common vision, and I want us to run. Man, I want us to grow. I want us to go from where we've been to where we want to go. 1, 2, 3 billion, 4, 5, 10 billion. But man, I want to enjoy the ride with you. And then when we get there, it's like we love each other. But there's got to be more of us that think that way to squeeze out the ones that don't. Get them out. Get them out. They need to go get in where they fit in. But if they don't fit in with that heart and that soul and that spirit, get the hell out. Right now. Sooner the better. Hate cancerous people. If you know of one, just give me a knife. Hopefully a dull knife. Maybe a spoon or a fork. So, how do we go about doing this? How do we hit reset, refresh, rebuild, all that? Well, this book, go to YouTube. You don't have to read the whole book. Go to YouTube and put the names of these books in and watch a video. You can watch 10, 15, 20, 30-minute videos on these things. But Rocket Fuel is talking about the yin and the yang, the Wayne and the Josh. The- and of course, I don't, and then in the field too and everything, but this is like where Walt Disney needed his brother Roy. This is where I'm wired as a visionary, I'm wired as a networker. And when you've been doing this over 20 years as a visionary, as a networker, there's no way Josh can learn all that or do all that. And I don't have time to learn everything that Josh has learned in his 20 years of business experience. If all of a sudden I stopped focusing on being a networker and I stopped focusing on being a visionary and all I did was study, business, finance. See, I gotta tell you, the problem is, I've told y'all for years, I don't have a money goal. I have a creation goal. And when you have a creation goal, and it's all about creating fun, freedom, and fulfillment, and just pouring in that, and like getting Shaq up here and stuff, that kind of stuff's not in the budget. You never want to get to, you got, ladies, gentlemen, I'm telling you, fun is important. Fun is very, very important. Dollars and cents are important, bottom line's important, that's absolutely. But fun is important. Okay, so then speed of trust. Sometimes people are going to break trust. And when they do, that gives them a chance to say, I'm sorry, and gives them a chance to ask you for some forgiveness and ask you for some grace. And I think, our company for 12 years has been really good about building trust. And I think that's why we're just all so bonded. And we feel like this is family. And us at corporate, man, we ever let you down, that pains us. We hate it. If we ever let you down, we hate it. It makes us sick. We can't wait to say we're sorry. We can't wait to fix it. Figure it out and fix it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure it out. It takes a little bit of time to fix it. But there should be no question that that is our goal and that is our intent. Always to take care of you and maintain your trust. For years and years as a leader, training my reps, I've always said to them, you will only perform to the level of your belief. And anything we do to hurt trust hurts belief, doesn't it? When trust is high, speed is high. You can go fast. And there's a lot of efficiency and costs are low. And you're running a very healthy organization. But when trust is low, speed is low. Costs are high. You're totally inefficient. Now, can we all have a common vision when it comes to these formulas? What do we want? How do we want this company to operate? Don't we want high trust? So sometimes what you need to know about trust, and I had to learn this, sometimes you don't wait for trust to happen from the outside in. For something from the outside to happen and then you trust. I'm telling you, you as a grown adult, you as mature adults, business-minded people, you can choose to dig inside yourself and source trust. You find it in there and you pull it out. You source trust. And I got to tell you, I'm here to say thank you today. I'm here to say I'm grateful for you today because I feel like y'all have done that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You all have shown a lot of trust in us, a lot of belief in us. And man, we just thank you for that. I love you too. I love you too. I don't know if I said it, but what I said, what I meant to say earlier that I forgot to say was what I love about network marketing, what I love about direct sales is that the least of ye shall be made the greatest. I always use Troy as an example, and he's going to be coming up. But I'm the guy that expects Troy to win. You know what I'm saying? I always say he's war admiral. You know, on paper, he's like this badass racehorse. You just expect him to win. I'm like Seabiscuit. You know, I know Troy's like Seabiscuit. We're just wired that way, you know what I mean? But I'm always for the underdog. That's why I love Rudy so much. Wasn't Rudy just like, that guy played one play. And he's like more famous than all these like guys that played an entire career that just set records. This little guy, Rudy, 5'6", 165 pounds. I love Rudy. But my wife, my daughter, my son Zurich, my son Zach too, I didn't have a picture handy with him, but look, I tell people, I said, I had this vision of them traveling, us traveling together as a family all over the world before I met my wife, before we had kids. And so we've been blessed to be able to do that with one another. Now, when I first met my wife, she lived in this house. She was a very independent woman. She made a lot of money, but lived below her means. She sold new homes. And she made, you know, $200,000 a year, whatever, plus or minus. And, but she lived modestly, and she had savings and all that kind of stuff. Well, when we met, you know, later, I mean, I had 3 houses and 6 cars and all this, and I was making more, but still I had more stuff too. And a tiger, yeah. And so my wife and I, you know, I mean, we dated for 3 months before I kissed her. You know, we were together for, you know, over a year or something before something. You know, but my wife's like responsible, right? She's not a risk taker. She's responsible, a great woman, great lady, great person, smart, good businesswoman. But like, you know, as much as we love each other, she wasn't going to move in with me. It didn't matter how big or nice the house was or anything. She's going to have her house. And so she actually loved me enough to let me move into her little house. Oh, geez. And so I moved in, and I mean, she had a little TV. She had one little TV like this big. God, we'd sit in a chair in front of the TV like this big. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I had media rooms, you know what I'm saying? I had big TV. Well, no, I moved in with her, this little TV. And so I moved in with her, and she says one year, she goes, and I wasn't actively building at the time, but she says, let's have a race, because they were going to give her this new neighborhood to build houses. This lakeside, this huge community is going to be it's right in the middle of the metroplex. This is like going to be a big deal. Everything going for it. She goes, let's have a race, see who can make the most money. Like, all right. So I joined a network marketing company. And so I joined a network marketing company, start out from scratch, and she starts selling houses. So she made like 300, 350 that year, and we live in here, right? Within 6 months, I'm at $100,000 a month. She's like, okay, you win. So my wife's always been supportive of network marketing. Because even when we dated all this time, for the longest time, she never knew what I did. You know, like, I was always available. She's one of 8 kids. So her brothers, they're all really tight too, and her mom and all. And I was always available. I was like, hey, you want to go do this with me and my family? Hey, you want to go do this? All right. You know, I was always available. I'm like, what does he do? He drives a Mercedes and a big old... But my point is, that house, the mortgage is less than $1,000 a month. It's on Zillow. It was worth less. But less than $1,000 a month, I think, or $1,500 a month or something at the most. But here we are making $300,000 a year, million. You see what I'm saying? But living way below our means. Way below our means. And the way I built, I was always so busy building, I didn't have time to spend money. And so, I don't know, take from that what you will. I'm just, but look, but if you're so busy working and making money, but having fun doing it, because your intention is to help people, not you make a lot of money so you can go buy a bunch of stuff that's going to depreciate in value and make you. I'd rather you have that freedom part and be able to take trips and create memories, you understand? So my encouragement is, yes, let's go hit it, let's go work hard, let's go make a lot of money. But yes, I recommend you live below your means. And you can pay cash for a house. All right. So follow me on a few things. I'm going to try and hurry through this. Mind is the master power that molds and makes, and we are mind, and evermore we take the tool of thought, shaping what we will, bring forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. We think in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but our looking glass, okay? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So I want to teach you how to hit reset. Not just for you in your personal life and the business you're about to go build, but you're a part of our company. We're a part of each other. When you talk in terms of co-creation, it's like we want to have aligned values. We want to have a common vision. We want to continue to co-create. Don't you want to like who you work with? Yeah. So this is a part of it. But whatever you think about comes about. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. You start to see this pattern over and over said a number of different ways. But here's what happens. There's this negative spiral, and there's the positive spiral. And if I'm going to train you to be a leader, I need you to learn how to think about what you're thinking about. Because what you're thinking about is what you feel. And what you feel is what you create. Because thoughts lead to feelings, emotions, and emotions lead to actions or reactions. And actions and reactions produce results. Good results or bad results. You understand? Most parents don't teach their kids this. Most school teachers don't teach their students this. You go through all of life and you never get a class like this that says, think about what you're thinking about in the moment. Because the past is the past. You don't control the future. You only control the present. And if you can control your thoughts in the present, then you can choose to feel good in the present. Then you have good feelings. You're going to take good actions. You're not going to react to somebody. You're going to respond appropriately to somebody and a situation. But what's scraping the bottom of the barrel? I don't know if anybody can read it. Can y'all read it and say it out loud? What is at the bottom of the barrel? Fear. Fear. The Bible says, fear not, fear not, fear not, 365 times. One time for every day of the year. The Bible says, fear not, fear not, fear not. And I've seen reps that speak with a lot of authority, but have a lot of fear, say WorldVentures in trouble. Kiss my ass. People go into fear mode and they say bad shit and they do bad shit. That might as well be like a toilet bowl. Go ahead and flush them. Just flush them right out the toilet. Now, when you flush those shitty people down the toilet, because it's a shitty mindset, it's a shitty attitude. It ain't a leader attitude, I'll tell you that right now. It's fear, it's stupid, it's weak. Go away, you're contagious. That's why I always had a rule. I have zero tolerance for negativity. And that didn't mean with just people around me. Other people, other reps, whatever. That was in here too. I had zero tolerance for negativity in here within myself because I knew I don't want to take myself down that path. And God gave you free will. And God gave you free will to think and choose and do. And that's heaven and hell. And when you start going, look at what it says. At the top of that negative spiral, it says boredom and pessimism and frustration and disappointment and doubt and worry and blame and discouragement and anger, revenge, hatred, jealousy, insecurity, fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, victimhood. Victimhood. And when you start blaming and you're a victim, you just gave up all your personal power, all your control, your ability to do anything. You ain't a leader? I got to tell you, the people I saw, there's leaders that showed up. Superfly Tour. I got to say, like Darren Walker. I mean, this guy comes out of nowhere. Like, well, I mean, he was always there, but I mean, like, I'm telling you, he's the kind of guy, unbelievable, man. Gooch. I missed the late night rants of Martin Ruoff. Well, look, this is when movies, books, everything get written like this, and you cheer for the hero that steps up, right? There's got to be an opportunity for that to happen. And when it does, man, I got to tell you, I love it. It's a beautiful thing to behold. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And you get together on a weekend like this, and you choose, you understand this, and you hit reset, and you hit refresh, and look, you can move up to enthusiasm. Look, belief, positive expectation, enthusiasm, passion, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love. Do you love WorldVentures? Do you want WorldVentures to be better than ever? then please, ladies and gentlemen, let's have you become better than ever. And we got this coming up at United. Get your ticket to United. I can't wait to give out the Rudy Award and host the event at my house for the people that contributed. But let's keep this in mind. Look at the 4 C's of Rudy. The character, because tough times don't build character, they expose character. And some character's been exposed. But I'm telling you, almost everybody in this company, almost 99% of the people in this company have character that's just freaking amazing. Awesome, love you. Courage, contribution. Everybody's wanting to contribute, and co-create, and then proving the commitment. So I want y'all's nominations for the Rudy Award. Yes, we're gonna give out 1 award, but there's gonna be 6 nominations, 12 nominations that we recognize. But we want as many Rudy nominations as you can point out, whether it be yourself pointing yourself out, that's okay. It took Rudy 10 years to get the movie Rudy made. He fought to have his own movie made. But we want these stories. If you want to nominate somebody that shows these kind of traits, fantastic. But we have that jersey. That's him. That's the real Rudy. We have his real jersey. We have his real helmet. It went for more in the auction than like Brett Favre stuff and other pros that have a whole lifetime of career. We got that helmet. We got that jersey. And we're going to build this. And we want the Rudy people to be recognized, because I think that you got to have that toughness, that internal fortitude. You got to have those 4 C's. And so just keep that in mind as we roll into momentum, out of momentum, going into United, which is going to be here quick. And out of this weekend, you come out of here and you build momentum. But I got to tell you, this weekend was badass. Thank you, Marcus. And I got to tell you, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy, I'm so thankful. I feel united with you. Thank you.